The 2016 presidential debates discussed topics ranging from education to gun control, but we believe the candidates should speak about a major subject. Should the Confederate flag be allowed in schools? Should the Confederate flag be flown over government property and in public? Some believe that the Confederate flag is a symbol of slavery and a reminder of a dark time in American history. Others see it as their heritage and want to display it proudly. They believe that their rights are covered in the First Amendment rights to freedom of speech. The 2016 debate should discuss this, and a president should too, and solve the issue once and for all. Here is a brief history of the Confederate flag. The current Confederate flag was a battle emblem for the armies of North Virginia and Tennessee during the Civil War. The Confederate flag largely went away until World War II, where it was used as a battle emblem for Southern regiments in the United States Army. In the 1950s and 60s, the Confederate flag reappeared as a symbol against civil rights. In early 2001, Mississippi voters voted to keep the flag a part of their state's emblem, and in July 2015, South Carolina was forced to take down the Confederate flag over their government buildings. The following is a C-SPAN video of a senator on the House floor expressing his disgust about the Confederate flag.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to express the utter outrage of the Congressional Black Caucus regarding the Calvert Amendment, which is scheduled for later this afternoon, which is an amendment to the Interior Appropriations Bill. That amendment would allow Confederate imagery to remain on graves on federal lands. Don't Republicans understand that the Confederate battle flag is an insult to 40 million African Americans and to many other fair-minded Americans? The Confederate battle flag, Mr. Speaker, is intended to defend a dark period of American history.
Byron, first of all, let me ask you why you support this imagery displayed on the Confederate flag. Can you explain that?
Yes, ma'am. Well, I have an ancestor that was a cook for a South Carolina regiment. His name was Benjamin Thomas, and he's from North Augusta, South Carolina. And I refuse to turn my back to what he did for the South. And after the South lost the Civil War, South Carolina gave its black troops pensions, which was the right thing to do. And so, I'm proud of my state for giving black troops money for fighting for the South, and I'm just proud of my ancestor for, fighting for the South, and I'm not going to turn my back towards that.
But the Confederate Army fought for, among other things, the right to keep slave labor. And many African Americans suffered, and it is, as even President Obama says, ingrained in the DNA of the country, this painful legacy. You don't see the flag as a visual representation of that painful past?
Well, I do understand people's right to hate the flag and feel oppressed by it, but me personally, I do not feel offended by the flag because I refuse to allow a symbol or a word have power over me to make me feel offended. So I'm just one in a minority that chooses to see the flag for different reasons, but I do understand why people hate the Confederate flag. I do.
What reaction do you get, Byron, from your friends, from other African Americans, from other friends you have, when they see that flag in your apartment?
Well, they know how I feel about it, and they know I'm not racist, but I also know how they feel. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to hide how I feel about a symbol that I don't feel is racist towards me. Now, I'm not going to push my beliefs on them. They can continue to not like my flag, but at the end of the day, they know my heart, and they know that I love everyone, even though I do carry a symbol.
Due to the conclusive evidence that we have found during the filming of this documentary, we believe that presidential candidates should discuss this subject, and it should be solved once and for all. Thank you for watching.